Hello everyone, welcome to Storytime. I'm Miss Davina, and today is the second in our series of cultural story times that we are doing in collaboration with the students from Bucknell's Foreign Language Department. So today we are going to focus on Germany. My book that I have, that my part of the story time, is a non-fiction book that's going to tell us a little bit about Germany, and it's written by Helen Frost. Germany is a country in the middle of Europe. So if you look right there, it's right there, that yellow dot, and this is kind of the shape of what Germany looks like. It is the fourth largest country in Europe, and the capital of Germany is Berlin. Just like Pennsylvania's capital is Harrisburg, Germany's capital is Berlin. Germany's flag looks like this. It has three colors. We have black, red, and gold, or yellow. Germany has forests, plains, hills, and mountains. Germany is warm in the summer and it is cold in the winter. And a lot of Germans back years and years ago when America was young immigrated here to the United States, and a lot of them Germans settled in Pennsylvania. Much of Pennsylvania is very similar in land and weather and temperature to Germany, so it was an attractive location for them to settle. Deer and foxes live in Germany's forests, and beavers and fish swim in Germany's rivers. So there's a big deer, that's a big deer. And then there's a beaver. And look at the boys and girls in that picture. More than 82 million Germans live in Germany. They may not be German. More than 82 million people live in Germany, and most Germans live in towns and cities. People in Germany speak the German language. Germans enjoy bread and cheese and sausages. They also eat vegetables, pasta, and cake. So they eat. Many Germans enjoy being outdoors. They ride bicycles, ski and swim. Soccer is a popular sport in Germany. Oh, look at that red car. German workers make cars, electronics, and machines to earn money. And many Germans work in hotels, restaurants, and stores. And then this is a picture of German money. It's called the euro. Look at that super train. Many Germans travel on very fast trains between cities. They also travel on boats and airplanes, and most Germans drive cars. Clockmakers in Germany's Black Forest make cuckoo clocks. The Black Forest has pine trees and waterfalls. So most of the cuckoo clocks that are real special are made in the Black Forest location in Germany. And that makes them very special. And look at all that fancy woodwork that they're doing. They're very special cuckoo clocks. So they take a lot of hand work. So there's different things that we learned about Germany. And right now, one of the things we're going to do is learn some German, how to count in German. So we can count from 0 to 10 in English and in sign language, and we can also learn it in German. So we have 0, which is null, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 0 through 10. And it goes 1, 2, 3, vier, fünf, sechs, sieben, acht, neun, zehn. And null. Null is 0. Null. Like null and void. That's kind of where that comes from. So we can count all from 0 to 10 in sign language and English, and 0 to 10 in German and sign language. So let's do that again. Ready? We'll start with English and then we'll go to German. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, null. 0. I mixed them up. All right, now we will do it in German. Null. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, very good. 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 Thank you. So we could try going backwards. I don't know if Miss Davina can go backwards. We can try. Ready? So I'm going to have to look at them to do it backwards. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I have a harder time doing it backwards. That's kind of hard. Let's try that one more time from 0 to 10. Null, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yay, you guys did a wonderful job. Yes, thank you. That was so good. So now we will listen to our story of Rumpelstiltskin. And this is read.
Hallo zusammen. Ich heiße Naomi. So I just spoke to you in German and I said, hi everyone, my name is Naomi. So let's repeat the German. Let's learn some German together. Hallo zusammen. Can you repeat it? Hallo zusammen. Hello everyone. One more time. Hallo zusammen. Very good. So my name is Naomi. What is your name? Can you say your name? It is very nice to meet you. So my name is Naomi. I work here at Bucknell as an FLTA for the German study program, and I teach German. And behind me, you can see the German flag. So what are the 3 colors that you can see with the German flag? Okay, there are 3 colors. It's black, red, and yellow. Very good. Today we're going to read a really exciting story. It's called Rumpelstiltskin. And in German, it's called Rumpelstiltskin. Can you try repeating it? Rumpelstiltskin. Very good. It is a hard word. So one more time. Rumpelstiltskin. Very good. So let us read Rumpelstiltskin. Once upon a time, there was a poor miller whose only treasure was his beautiful daughter. Isn't she beautiful? Now it happened that the miller had to go on an errand to the king. The miller wanted to make himself appear important, so he said, I have a daughter. Who can spin straw into gold? That is a marvelous art, replied the king. If your daughter is as clever as you say, bring her to my place tomorrow, and I will put her to a test. When the king said that, the miller regretted his boast, but he knew he must obey the king's command. As soon as the miller's daughter arrived at the palace, the king took her into a room which was full of straw. He gave her a spinning wheel and some bobbins and said, now, set to work. And if by dawn tomorrow you have not spun the straw into gold, you must die. He locked the door and left the miller's daughter alone in the room. There she sat, for she had no idea how straw could be spun into gold. As the hours passed, she grew more and more frightened. At last, she began to weep. All at once, the door opened, and in came a little man. "Good evening," he said. "Why are you crying so?" "Alas," answered the girl, "I have to spin straw into gold, and I do not know how to do it." "What will you give me," said the little man, "if I do it for you?" "My necklace," said the girl. The little man took the necklace and seated himself in front of the wheel. Whir, 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 it went, and in 3 turns the bobbin was full. He put on another whir, whir, whir. The second bobbin was full too, and so it went until dawn, when all the straw was spun and all the bobbins were full of gold. Then the little man slipped out the door. When the king arrived and saw the gold, he was astonished and delighted, but his heart only became more greedy. He had the miller's daughter taken into a larger room, which was also full of straw. "If you value your life," he said, "you must spin the straw into gold by dawn tomorrow." The miller's daughter looked at the pile of straw and began to cry. Just then, the door opened and the little man appeared again. "What will you give me," said the little man, "if I spin the straw into gold for you?" "The ring on my finger," answered the girl. The little man took the ring and began to turn the wheel again. By next morning, he had spun all the straw into glittering gold. The king rejoiced at the sight, but still he was not satisfied. He had the miller's daughter taken into an even larger room full of straw, and he said, "You must spin this too in the course of a night, and if you succeed, you shall be my wife." As he locked the door, he thought, "She may only be a miller's daughter, but I am sure I could not find a richer wife in the whole world." When the girl was alone, the little man came for the 3rd time and said, "What will you give me if I spin the straw for you also?" "I have nothing of value left," said the girl. "Then promise me, if you should become queen, to give me your first child." "Who knows whether that will ever happen," thought the miller's daughter. So not knowing how else to help herself, she promised to give the little man what he wanted. Grinning, he sat down at the wheel and once more spun the straw into gold. When the king came in the morning and saw all that gold, he arranged a grand marriage, and the beautiful miller's daughter became queen. A year later, the queen gave birth to a beautiful baby daughter. She was so happy with the child that she never once thought about the little man. But one day he suddenly appeared in her room and said, "Now, give me what you promised." The queen was horrified and offered the little man all the riches of the kingdom if he would let her keep the child. But the little man said, "Nope, something alive is dearer to me than all the treasures in the world." At that, the queen began to sob so loudly that the little man took pity on her. "I will give you 3 days," he said. "If by the end of that time you find out my name, then you shall keep your child." The queen stayed up the whole night thinking of all the names that she had ever heard, and she sent a messenger out to search far and wide for other names. When the little man came to the palace the next day, the queen began with Casper, Melchior, and Balthazar, and then said all the names she knew, one after the other. But to each one the little man said, "That is not my name." On the second day, the queen learned the names of everyone living near the palace. When the little man came again, she selected the most unusual one. Perhaps your name is Short Tribs, or she said, or Sheepshanks, or Lace Leg. But the little man always answered, "That is not my name." On the third day, the messenger returned and told the queen, "I have not been able to find a single new name. But as I approached a high mountain at the end of the forest, I saw a little house. Before the house, a fire was burning, and around about the fire, a little man was jumping. He hopped first on one leg and then the other and shouted, 'Today I brew, tomorrow I bake. The next day, the young queen's child I'll take. So far and wide will spread the fame that Rumpelstiltskin, or Rumpelstilzchen, is my name.'" How glad the queen was when she heard the messenger's story. She repeated the name Rumpelstiltskin, or in German, Rumpelstilzchen, over and over. Soon afterward, the little man came in and asked, "Now, queen, what is my name?" At first she said, "Is it Conrad? No. Is it Harry? No. Then perhaps your name is Rumpelstiltskin. The devil told you that. The devil told you that," cried the little man. In this rage, he stamped his foot on the ground so hard that he sank to his waist. Then he stamped his left foot so hard that he disappeared from sight. The earth fell in on top of him, and Rumpelstiltskin, or Rumpelstilzchen, was never seen again. What do you think happened now? Do you have an idea? That's a really good idea. Thank you. It was a lot of fun reading with you. Tschüss. Tschüss means goodbye in German. Tschüss.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that story of Rumpelstiltskin. And it's one of those things that's called a fairy tale. And it's a traditional German story. And it's also takes place in Germany. So it's kind of a fun story, and that's why we focused on Germany today. Thank you for reading us the story of Rumpelstiltskin. We will go ahead and we will sing our goodbye song. And remember, you can wave like this, you can wave like this. It doesn't matter, whichever works for you and friends. So then we will see you next time for our regular story time. But thank you for joining us for our special cultural story time episode of Germany. We wave goodbye like this. We wave goodbye like this. We wave goodbye to all our friends. We wave goodbye like this. We clap our hands like this. We clap our hands like this. We clap our hands for all our friends. We clap our hands like this. Yay! Thank you. Goodbye.